Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be reading from a popular subreddit. So let's jump into it. Karen reported my ugly fence. So I built a 12-foot wall blocking her ocean view. This happened a few years ago when my wife and I bought our first home together. It was a fixer-upper that had been neglected for decades. The house is located on an oversized lot on the beach with a view of the ocean. There are 2 other houses on the block that also have ocean views. Our lot was the largest, and all the other lots were smaller. After we moved in, we started making improvements. We put in a garden, we fixed up the yard, repainted the exterior, and so on. At the end of the summer, we put in a 4-foot wooden fence around the perimeter of our yard. The neighbors on either side of us had similar fences. And that's when Karen from next door got involved. She came over and asked us to remove the fence because it was blocking her view of the ocean. I explained that it's not blocking her view because it's under the height limit and it's not on the property line. She says that it's an eyesore and she wants us to take it down and replace it with a hedge. We declined since the fence matched the others in the neighborhood and provided privacy for us since our home is right on the strip of beach homes. Well, Karen didn't like that answer. She calls the cops on us. When they came, I explained the situation to them, and they said that unless the fence was on the property line or over the height limit, there was nothing they could do. They also told me that a neighbor had tried to report my fence for being an illegal eyesore, but that this was dismissed due to the fence being well within code. The officers left, and Karen was furious. She called the city's code enforcement, and they sent out one of their people to measure the fence. He basically told Karen the same thing the cops did, but she still wasn't happy. The code officer said if she had a problem with my fence, she could appeal to the planning commission to have it removed. That would require a public hearing and I'd have to be notified and given a chance to defend my fence. Karen wasn't done though. She calls the county and reports that there's a 16-foot tall fence on my property, which would indeed be illegal. I get a call from the county and I tell them to come on over. They arrive and find that there's no such fence. They ask where Karen is, and I tell them she's at work. They tell me that without the owner present, they can't do anything, and they leave. The following weekend, my wife and I spend some time at a local lumber store, picking out materials for a new project. We then proceeded to hire a contractor to build a 12-foot tall concrete wall along the 80-foot section that Karen complains about. The wall is perfectly legal because it's us on our property and only 2 feet taller than the limit. The contractor finished the wall and it looks great. When Karen got home from work, she saw the wall and went inside to call the county. I got a call from the county who informs me that Karen has reported my wall as being 16 feet tall again. They tell me that they're sending someone over to measure it. I tell them that would be fine, and to please also check the height of the fence I just built since it's only 2 feet under the maximum allowed height. The guy from the county arrives and measures everything. While we're talking, he tells me that he's getting a call from another county worker who just measured my fence and it's fine. He then proceeds to tell me that Karen's wall is actually 13 feet tall, that she'll be fined if she doesn't tear it down. I simply responded that I hope she does the right thing this time and just leaves me alone. And that's when she lost her $1 million view. She tried to appeal the decision, but it was denied because she didn't follow the proper procedure. I love the update. I can just imagine her face when she saw the wall. That's priceless. Down in the comments, we have this story from Throwaway 1984. This reminds me of when my partner and I moved into our first home together. The previous owner had made an extension to their home, which just so happened to cover the beautiful view of the moors that we had from our bedroom window. We put in a formal complaint with the council who ruled in our favor, ordering them to reduce the extension by 6 inches. When they appealed this ruling, the council stated that it was final and binding, at which point they agreed to reduce the extension by 18 inches. Thanks for reading. If you like this story, maybe check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Also hit that subscribe button because I put out new Reddit videos every single day.